Hello and welcome to another vlog. I really hope it's gonna be a vlog from Bali because I am still sick and tomorrow I'm going to the doctor to actually find out what's wrong with me and if there are some pills that can help me because I'm still struggling with digestion issues and with a cold and with a terrible headache and stomach cramps and tiredness. In this condition, I'm not sure if I could handle that long journey and actually the whole very ambitious Bali holiday. I've been thinking about a lot of things today. I really don't know. To be honest, I'm feeling really down because, you know, if you watched the vlog from Egypt, you know that I was sick for more than half of the holiday and it really sucked. And I'm not sure if I can do it again. And this holiday is gonna be totally different. It's gonna be really active. We will be moving around a lot. So I cannot imagine doing that sick. And of course, naturally, I'm also afraid of the possible other illnesses. Well, I will update you later. Anyway, I already managed to get my nails done, and so I'm ready, really. We also went to a restaurant yesterday for a ramen to say goodbye, really, to my husband and have a nice lunch. Unfortunately, I was feeling really sick, but I didn't want to miss out on that, so I went, but looking back, I'm not sure if it was a good idea. I feel like my life is just a shit show recently, and when I finally decide to fulfill my travel dreams and travel ambitions, I suddenly start falling sick AF. So, again, wish me the best of luck so that I can actually leave for this holiday and I will update you later. It's Sunday 6:30. It's Monday 6:30 and I'm supposed to leave for Bali tomorrow and I'm going to the doctor's. So I will see if it's even okay for me to go. I am not ready to accept my fate and not go, but it really depends on what the doctor says. You guys, it's already set in stone. I'm not going to Bali. The doctor strongly advised me not to go, and after giving it a lot of thought, believe me, I've talked about it with everyone and I thought about all the pros and cons and advantages and disadvantages, and yeah, I really thought everything through. I decided not to go, even though I had a few mental breakdowns already. I cried a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I spent a lot of money and a lot of time getting ready for this whole trip and I was really looking forward to it. Bali has been my dream since forever. I have always wanted to go to Bali, and to be honest, I don't even know what to do with my life right now because I expected to leave for 3 weeks and I was like, I'm gonna figure out my life when I come back. And I was about to do a lot of changes and I wanted to think about my life in Bali, and yeah, I thought that by traveling there I would figure many things out and basically start fresh, start a new life in a way, but that's not gonna be happening. So I guess this vlog is gonna be about me getting my shit together and recovering from a huge disappointment. I'm feeling much better now, so I felt like a nice short walk with my doggies who haven't been out for like 4 or 5 days due to my condition, and I thought I would give you an update on what's going on and how I'm feeling in general. So I'm still feeling blue, naturally, of course, because I was looking forward to this holiday for like 3 months, and if I haven't told you already, Bali is my lifetime travel dream. So it was a hard pill to swallow to realize that I'm not going. And now I'm at a position in my life when I'm reconsidering everything. I really needed this holiday to think a lot of things through before I go back to my usual routine. I wanted to change a lot of things about the way I live my life, really. I know it sounds super deep, and it is in a way. I thought that I might use the time, these 3 weeks that I was planning to take a holiday anyway, to have this thinking time and decide how I actually want to live my life, what I want to do in my personal life, what I want to do with my business, what I want to change, what I want to eliminate, what I want to start doing, how I want my daily routine to be, and who I want to become. A lot of existential questions. And one thing I did to make myself feel better about not going on this holiday is that I made a long list of things that I was looking forward to doing when I come back from Bali. And I was like, okay, so if I'm not going to Bali, I should start doing them immediately. And these things are, for example, decluttering my house. So I started off with going through my bookcase, and I decided to sell majority of my books because I know I'm not gonna read them again. They might as well find their new owner. I also reorganized my closet. I took out the summer clothes that I'm not gonna wear anymore because it's autumn already and it's gonna be cold AF, and many other things. I, for example, also decided to start going to a co-working office again because I feel like I just can't stand being at home all the fucking time. I just need to get out and talk to people and kind of like change my routine, really, and have a reason to dress up in the morning. If some of you has an experience with working from home, you know what I'm talking about, and you know what social isolation feels like. And I'm not willing to do that anymore. So I'm coming back to my co-working office next week on Monday, and I cannot wait for all the events I'm gonna go to and all the friends I'm gonna meet up with, because finally I will have time to do that. And I decided to make it my priority. I don't want to put my business first at all costs, at all times. I definitely want to change that. So you're my witnesses that I'll keep my word, because it's super difficult for me as a workaholic. It's almost 5 p.m. That means I have only 3 more hours before I go to bed. I know it's terrible, but I have recently learned going to bed at 8 p.m. and I get up at 4 a.m. And the reason is simple. I was getting my body ready for the time difference in Bali, where I didn't go. So now I'm here in the Czech Republic with the worst possible sleeping schedule. So I'm gonna have to relearn to go to bed at 10 p.m. and get up at 7 a.m. It's gonna take me some time, but I believe myself that I can do it. Anyway, I spent this day chilling, really. After the walk, I spent a lot of time shopping online for new clothes for winter and for autumn especially. And I also did the grocery shopping. I always go to Lidl. They have the best assortment ever, and the quality of the food is also quite high. Let me know in the comments, what is your go-to store? Is it Lidl, Kaufland, Penny, Billa? What is it? Now I finally recorded the podcast about my holiday in Egypt. I immediately started editing it So it's definitely on my podcast and YouTube channels. If you haven't listened to my experience from Egypt, I highly recommend you to do so. It's 6 a.m. and I have already been awake for an hour and a half. But it's better than yesterday, because yesterday I woke up at 4, today at 4:30, so I really do hope that tomorrow it's gonna be 5 a.m. and I'll be back to my 7 a.m. routine soon. Anyway, since I have to be really quiet because my husband is sleeping naturally as every other sane person does, I just like quietly work, and what you see behind me is my iPad, and this is my guilty pleasure. When I do some kind of administrative, not really important, kind of Monday type of work-related tasks, I always watch something, and I always have something as a background. I cannot really pay attention to it, but it just kind of makes me enjoy these mundane tasks more. And currently I'm watching Love Island. Don't judge me, I know, but I'm a sucker for reality shows. Let me know in the comments if there are any fellow watchers of Love Islands that have this kind of guilty pleasure. But as I said, it's only in the background, so I don't remember a lot. Yesterday I had the most amazing English lesson. I'm still taking English lessons because there are so many things I really need to and want to improve, and I have an amazing tutor, Gary, and he's from Britain. And to be honest, the first impression wasn't the best, but since he started opening up to me, I found out that he's really funny. He's really sarcastic, so you've got to get to know him to understand his jokes. But recently I've been enjoying the lessons so much, and I'm gonna show you what I always do with the notes. And that's an advice for you. If you're taking any conversational lessons to improve your English or any other language, I highly recommend you to ask your tutor or teacher to make notes for you, to make notes of the mistakes you make, to make the notes of the words you didn't know. Ideally, ask him to reformulate some sentences that are grammatically correct, but a native speaker would say it differently, more naturally. And Gary keeps these notes for me, and then I just go through them. I put them in my Anki app and I study them. Those are the notes that Gary keeps for me, and I don't know how he does it, but he writes down everything either I or he says. So there are a lot of words and phrases I just go through and skip because, for example, I'm always walking, and how was the holiday? I don't need to put that into my Anki app, but the main reason I'm taking the lessons and our goal is to sound even more native and to enrich my vocabulary with new phrases and new expressions. So what he does most of the time, he just paraphrases and reformulates what I've said, and he uses different phrases and patterns and words to do that. And what I do then is that I enter whole sentences into my Anki app, and then I practice it, of course. So for example, yeah, the resort was phenomenal. I think I said wonderful or amazing, but I did not use the word phenomenal. Even though I know the word, I don't use it that often, and because I want to start using it, I need to practice it as much as possible. So what I do, and to the front of the card, I write the phrase in Czech. So ten resort byl úžasný. And I use this cue for me not to use the word amazing, so my brain has to think of other words, not just amazing and wonderful that I use all the time. and I enter the bag, which is what I want to start using, and then I just add it to my vocabulary list. Let me know if you want me to do a separate video on how I keep my notes from my English lessons. Off topic, but I'm obsessed with my lashes after lash lifting. I'm gonna show you how it looks like when I put mascara on. And this is after. Doesn't it look marvelous? I only had my lashes done because of Bali. I don't usually wear makeup these days, just the eyeliner and mascara, but that's because I'm about to record a few videos for my YouTube. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even bothered. I used to put on makeup every day, but then I stopped for a few days for some reason, and I kind of got used to it. And now it's not part of my routine, and I only put on any makeup once or twice a week. It's mainly because I had my eyebrows tattooed and my lips as well. And my skin is normally spotless, but you know, this is my period skin, so it looks terrible, but this is actually as bad as it gets. So I don't complain. I definitely don't need to complain. I just wanted to be honest with you about my procedures. I twisted my ankle. I feel like I'm about to cry any second because it's painful as hell. When I went for a walk at around 12, so 5 hours ago, I twisted my ankle and I had to sit in the grass for like 5 minutes, and I was barely breathing. I was just waiting what's gonna happen to my leg, and it wasn't that painful after those 5 minutes. So I luckily managed to walk back to my car, which was another 20 minutes away, not too close. And at home, it felt quite alright. Of course, it was sensitive, but I didn't feel much pain. But the pain was gradually getting worse every hour. And now, 5 hours later, I can barely walk. I'm home alone. And you see I'm crying because I'm so desperate. I don't know what to do. And it's the only day and only night when my husband is not at home and I cannot even walk to the kitchen. And I'm really done with all the fuck-ups that are happening to me. I'm sorry that I'm so negative in this vlog, but I've had enough. I don't know what else could happen. Update, it's 2 days later after my injury and I'm bearing some good news. I've been to the doctor, I had an x-ray done and luckily it's not broken. So that means that it's only injured, and of course I have to keep it still. I cannot really put weight on it. I shouldn't walk with it. But luckily I don't have a plaster, so it should heal quite fast. Of course, it's inconvenient, but it's not the worst case scenario, so at least I have some good news in this vlog. Yesterday, after the x-ray, my husband and I decided to make our day a bit better and to celebrate the success of a not fractured foot. By the way, if you can hear weird sounds, it's my dog Barry over here. Or Lizzie, who knows. Anyway, we wanted to go to get a smoothie, but yesterday it was the public holiday, so the shopping center was closed, but we didn't give up, and I remembered that there is a great ice cream place in the center of Pilsen. It's called Columbia, zmrzlinářství Columbia, and we went there and we got the yummiest ice cream ever. I had salted caramel flavor, which is my all-time favorite. I love combination of sweet and salty. And afterwards, because of course we wanted to get more sugar in, we went to candy store and we got some interesting snacks from the US and from abroad generally. I think this vlog is already long enough and I'm not sure how I should feel about this vlog. It's not at all what I wanted to film. It's a huge chaos because what I originally wanted to film was a beautiful vlog from Bali with a lot of experiences, a lot of beautiful and interesting footage, and instead you only basically watched me sick and complain. It's definitely not what I was planning for this vlog, but I guess shit happens and that's life. And it would really mean the world to me if you could let me know in the comments if you do or don't enjoy vlogs from this everyday life. I know it's not at all as interesting as vlogs from my travels, but I'm not planning on going anywhere anytime soon. So therefore it really means a lot if you could let me know if these vlogs are interesting for you and if you want to watch them, or if I shouldn't even bother filming it. So thank you for watching until the very end, and I hope to see you next time.